Okay, so this is what I'm working on. I put all these bricks down and these little garden beds that were over there are now living over here. So I'm hoping that this will take care of my shade problem. And I'll put more bricks there. These are still my tomatoes. These are my eggplants that did absolutely nothing except grow leaves. My cabbages, I think these were Brussels sprouts. So the bugs really had a feast. So that's those. Then I had a cabbage and 2 red cabbages. And the bugs ate those too. And my peppers were over there and they didn't do anything either. So I need to pull all this out and start fresh next year. But anyway, I think it looks nice. I have to put a little fencing around here to keep the animals out next year, and then over here I'm going to plant flowers in the spring. So this will be my garden area. This I'll open back up for the dogs. And it's still a mess, but you know, it's a work in progress. Now I have to do fall cleanup, which is what I'm doing today. And all these trees got trimmed, so there's a lot more light. The trees are off the house now. And all this area, I know it looks like a jungle and overgrown, but it just went crazy. But the things that I wanted to grow didn't do so well. And over here today I just noticed that my morning glories are blooming. I planted these last spring and they're really pretty. So I'm hoping that they come back next year. But they seem to like it here and they have a lot of blossoms on there. So we'll see how that works out. And these are about finished. My impatiens and begonias, they're about done. So these are still looking pretty over here. So I'll leave those for a while yet till the frost kills them. And then over here, finally, getting a little more light, so I will plant more impatiens here next year. But I'm going to forego the pots because the dogs keep knocking them over. My assistant, who knocks them, she doesn't knock anything over. It's the bigger ones, they went in the house. But my little herb gardens here will be getting more light now too. So still lots of work to do, but I'm happy I got those trees trimmed. They did a great job. So now I have to clean up. Hello, Pumpkin. What you doing out here all by yourself? Your brother and sister went in the house. Okay. Hi. Oh, there we go. We're going to look at the camera. Hi, Lizzie. I know. I'm going to come in a minute. I'll be in a minute. Yes, I will. All right. All right. Here is the improved version. So I pulled everything out of there. There's still a couple little peppers there, and I noticed I had some spring onions growing. I'm going to leave those a while, and a couple of marigolds there. And boy, look how nice and healthy this thing's going now, this eggplant, but that'll be coming out soon. But I've noticed I have a ton of white flies. So, what have I learned? I have learned I need to spray my plants more often, and hopefully they need more sun. And so this part is done. I still have to put some fencing up around here, which I will do in a while. And then I have to start pulling out the tomatoes, but I'm going to leave them in there a little longer because it's still warm at night, so they might still turn red. And then I have all the tomatoes over here that still have quite a few tomatoes on there, and if they don't get red, I will pull them out and see if I can ripen them in the house. And then I still have herbs here that I have to harvest. So that's a work in progress. So that's all I can do for today. I did that little area. I'll work on this next. And I'll slowly work my way through my garden. All right. Thanks for coming along. And I'll show the front. Okay, now I'm in my front yard, and they cut down all these coneflowers. I wanted them to dig them out, but I guess they don't do that. But that's not a big deal. I'm going to dig those out. And they took that ugly tree down, so that's gone. And I did a little bit of decorating for fall. So that makes it look a little better. And I still have to cut down my roses. I really should plant this somewhere else because it gets too tall. And then I have more over here that I need to cut back because they're not blooming anymore either. My window box is still doing nicely. Actually, it's doing better than it's done all summer. And I need to cut out those coneflowers too. But all in all, it looks much better. I'm very happy with the work that they did. And I just need to cut back some. So anyway, there's my front yard. And that's a project for another day.